empower the women to lead the society with safe spaces created. In Sri Lanka, females are underrepresented in leadership positions in professional backgrounds. To show that, I have collected some data from a leading manufacturing company, a leading corporate sector company, and a financial institution. Here you see the data. So in there also, females are very low amount than the males. So the highest lawmaking authority of Sri Lanka is the Parliament of Sri Lanka. There the female representation is 9.78%. So in the leading companies, approximately 15% are only females. So there's a drawback in leadership positions. But there's an exception in the field of academia. When referring the studies from 2024 to 2026, there's a significant increase in the female principals in schools. So I have here shown the data of the University of California administrative staff. In there also there's a large number of females than the males. But I need to tell yet the field of academia is male dominated and it will be terminated soon. My project was with three phases. In phase 1, I sent a form to collect female responses from the females who are in the leadership positions in the field of academia and industry. In phase 2, I did a social awareness program to the students who are aging from 13 to 18 in temples. And then in phase 3, I did the national advocacy progress. I wrote an article and shared it with the top level organizations in Sri Lanka along with a newspaper article from our University of California. So, in phase 1, I did a leadership survey analysis by sending a form. In that, I got 86 female responses from the females who are in the field of academia and industry. With the survey results, I have found that 95.3% of females have held leadership positions in their schools. But approximately 50% of females left their leaderships when they are moving from school backgrounds to the professional environments. And the survey results show that too. So the barriers for women leadership in professional environments are environmental stress, lack of confidence, gender discrimination, family personal responsibilities, lack of mentorship and support, cultural and social expectations, and limited opportunities. Specifically, some responses mentioned that the professional settings are male dominated. So in phase 2, I did the social awareness program for the students who are aging from 13 to 18. For approximately 200 students, I did the program by teaching them the concepts of may peace prevail on me and may peace prevail on us. I did this in 4 locations, namely Udugampala Temple, Asteria Temple, Bhatapatha Temple, and the Uggalbada Temple. So in the program, I discussed about the heart math breathing exercise, the neuroplasticity concepts, the inner peace development. Also, I shared my own life story as a reflection for them, the leadership, the practicing gratitude, and also I discussed the power types with the real life examples for them. To get the outcome of my program, I collected 75 random responses from the students. With that, they mentioned they have 4.96 overall satisfaction out of 5 stars. And 74 mentioned that they have no prior knowledge with heart math breathing exercise or neuroplasticity. So the feeling they urge to develop is the I am enough feeling. And they mentioned that they are practicing gratitude, positive thoughts, and their quality development for the future. So I believe that this make a great impact for their futures. Also, I need to mention that I made them aware with the country laws in Sri Lanka related to gender equality. So no one in Sri Lanka is gender discriminated and everyone is treated equally in Sri Lanka. So the main purpose with this program was to empower the future generations to lead with the safe spaces created, mainly focusing on the female students. So in phase 3, I wrote an article. The aim of writing this article was to bridge the gap between my research findings and the general public discourse. So the theme of my article was May Peace Prevail on Me, Us and Earth for bridging the gap between the Sri Lankan women. So in the article, I especially mentioned about the laws of Sri Lanka. Along with that, I mentioned about my research findings and also I mentioned about the concepts of May Peace Prevail on Me, Us and Earth. The purpose of writing this article was to empower the women in Sri Lanka with the inner peace created. So, when discussing about the laws of Sri Lanka, the Constitution Law of Sri Lanka, the Article 12 mentioned about the sexual discrimination is prohibited within the Sri Lankan society. Along with that, the 2024 number 37 Women Empowerment Act says that there are safe spaces created for women to live in this society. So I handed over my article to several organizations in Sri Lanka, the OWST, Sri Lanka National Chapter, the University Grants Commission, the Center for Gender Equity and Equality, and also to the STARS organization, the Sri Lankan Association for Advancement of Science. Along with that, I handed over my article to the University of Kerala Media Unit, and also it was given to the Daily Mirror newspaper to be published. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you will recognize the potential of the woman to lead the society for a better tomorrow. Thank you.